What is up, you guys? Darryl here, back again for more crypto news. Today we're gonna talk about this whole fiasco. Everybody has been asking me about Luna crash, UST crash, but I'm just gonna tell you this once and for all. I've actually warned everyone from the start. A lot of people have approached me saying that they're staking the UST, getting 20% yield on Anchor or something like that. I told them that yeah, this one you gotta be a bit careful because 20% yield, in my opinion, is not really sustainable, especially for the long run. Because think about it, right? Does it make any sense if it does give 20% APY, so all those big hedge funds, they can just put in $1 billion and probably get out like 200 million a year? That's completely insane. Nobody has to work if that's the case. But today we're going to dive into why it has crashed and how I believe, in my personal opinion, that it will run up back to its original price. But it's not going to be a matter of days, it's not going to be a matter of months, it's going to take years from now, and also it's going to base on how the recovery program is like and whether Do Kwon is really putting his heart and soul into the stablecoin UST and also Luna, and how they're going to compensate people who has lost millions and millions of dollars. This is all very interesting, but before we start this video, I'm just going to talk about this swap right here. This is called Kyberswap, and I personally believe that this is going to be the next big DEX that's going to be the one that dominates all the rest. I want to show you one thing first. If you guys already know what's PancakeSwap is the DEX where people used to trade BSC DeFi coins, and this is how PancakeSwap is like. Before this previous bull run, not many people knew about PancakeSwap, not many people even knew how to use a DEX. PancakeSwap is basically famous for all the BSC DeFi coins, BSC meaning use BNB to trade. So why I want to show you this is because if you have bought their native token, which is called Cake, at even just 2020, so that's just like 2 years ago, it was literally at 20 to 40 cents. It ran up all the way to $40 at its peak. That's a 100x gain from a large cap coin. So meaning there's not going to be any liquidity issues. So if you even bought like 200 or 500k worth of it, or even a few $1,000,000, you can cash out everything at once. I'm just saying how profitable it is to hold this native token, especially buying it when it's dirt cheap from the very start. Basically, Kyberswap has its own native token, KNC, and how do you determine where this is going to head to in the next bull run is the utility of it, and how does this solve so many problems that we currently are facing. Take a look at this. You got BSC, you got Phantom, Arbitrum, even Valus and Oasis. Chronos is one of the ones that are going to be super big in the future as well, so is Polygon, and they have all of it, even Avalanche as well. Not only that, but their reputation now is expanding. You can take a look at their Twitter account. They have 233,000 followers, and these are all real followers because right here you can see that Vitalik Buterin basically tweeted about them. I'm announcing that 100% of my Kyber Network advisor shares will either be donated to charity, meaning that he is an advisor on Kyber Network. That is probably why it's so successful right now. If you want to swap any tokens right now, you can just click swap now. It has a very clean and very easy to use UI. You can swap ETH, you can swap any single token into KNC token or even other tokens as well, cross-chain. And especially now during this whole volatile cycle, you can see the total trading volume is 7.9 billion. That's crazy. Now it's supposed to be not so much, but 7.9 billion is still their benchmark. The total value locked is still $83 million and the 24-hour trading volume is still $16 million. And this one basically cuts off like a middleman price. You get the lowest possible slippage, you save a lot of time, a lot of effort, and also the best price you can get in order to swap your token. They also have amplified liquidity pools. They give you higher returns based on dynamic fees, and also this one is the super interesting one. If you haven't watched my previous video on Kyberswap Network, you should probably watch it to get a clear understanding of it. But this is the Rainmaker Yield Farm. You can deposit your tokens and farm attractive, crazy high returns. And how do they do that is by collaborating with those projects. So be sure to hop onto Kyberswap right now and let's get back to the video. So I found this couple of articles that is really interesting to me and I like to share this with you. This is why Luna crashed so much. If you do not know why Luna has crashed so much, it's because Luna is basically backed by Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, when it took a massive downturn, Luna obviously got affected as well because people were selling UST, and when UST got depacked, meaning that it's no longer one-to-one with US dollar, that caused a lot of fear to the entire market. Imagine you right now, you have $1 million, okay, not 1 million, probably $100,000 in your bank account right now. You think that, okay, I'm not investing this money, I'm just keeping it safe. Maybe if there's some business opportunity, I can take out my money and then invest in it. So you'll be like, every day you have a good night's sleep because you know that this money is untouchable. Well, you're wrong if you have held it in UST and you have staked it, because UST on the first day itself went as low as 40% down. So imagine you have 100,000 in the bank, today you wake up, it's 60,000. You are going to panic. Most people do, and that's why they cash out. And because of that domino effect, that caused a big drop in the UST. And in order for them to pack the US dollar again, they have to sell the Bitcoin in order to pump the price back up. However, do you see the problem in that? When Bitcoin drops, that's where everything else drops as well. So obviously when Bitcoin drops, then the whole market drops, and then UST drops, Luna drops, and everything drops together, where they will have to then sell more Bitcoin to pump the price back up. Basically, they're cornered into a very, very tight corner. There's no other decisions to make. Nothing can help them from there there on. And that's why I did not want to get to it in the first place, because of this high yield. This high yield is not sustainable, you guys. You gotta understand that when it's too good to be true, it's definitely too good to be true. But anyway, all of you that have lost your money on it, well, take it as a lesson, because let's dive into how this will recover. I know currently right now there's a lot of FUD going on. They said like why Do Kwon's plan to recover Luna is not sitting well in the Terra community, why people are doubting it, why people are not seeing the big picture, how it can recover. It's perfectly normal, because this is how it's like when the market is down, when there's fear in the community, when there's fear all around the world. People are just gonna keep emphasizing on the downsides and not looking at the upsides of it. There's a lot of fear going on. You can take a look right here. The Terra blockchain has officially halted at the block hype of 7.6 million. Terra validators have also decided to halt the Terra chain to prevent governance attacks following severe Luna inflation and significantly reduce cost of attack. This is the charts as of now. I know you can see that the peak is not $100 like you saw before, and why is that? It's because the supply of Luna has increased drastically. So if you're thinking, will Luna ever go back to $100? Well, it's almost impossible, but there's one way that they can do so. I found this interesting article right here. I'm going to put it down in the link below. In order for the price of Luna to go back up, they have to secure UST to be pegged back to the US dollar. Even that's hard because there's so much fear still. If they're pegged back to US dollar, what makes you think they're going to stay pegged? They could drop another day, so everyone won't dare to put their money in UST. But if the market gets bullish again and they get the confidence to put their money back into UST again, what they could do is they could burn the community pool supply. 371 million of UST. If it's burned, that is where the price could potentially recover back. And with that said, we all need UST to go back to $1 in order for Luna to pump back to its original price, or even $1. Don't talk about $100, but even $1. And even that is really quite difficult, but it's not gonna happen as long as two factors remain. One is UST is still below $1, and the other is that Luna supply is its current supply. Now there's trillions and trillions of token. This supply has to be burned, has to be reduced in order for Luna's price to even go back up close to its all-time high. With that said, I believe right now the only way this is gonna work is by Do Kwon really coming out, be honest, and also come up with a compensation plan. After he compensates all the people that have lost millions and millions of dollars, that is where he can start building up the trust again and also getting people back into UST. However, he needs to come up with some revolutionary, unique idea and something that's so irresistible that will pull all the investors back. That's the only way I think it will work, but for me, it's a safe bet. But this is not financial advice. This is purely for entertainment. I believe right now the market cap is so low, but there's still so many people and so many users of this coin. There's still a lot of holders as well, people that trust in the project. And because it already has so much publicity, so much marketing, so many people know about it, all the exposure is there. If it even gets a pump and gets back 1% of people's trust, this is going to happen the same way that it crashed as well. It's going to be a domino effect. It's going to go all the way up. They're going to start burning the supply, and that's where you'll make a crazy, insane profit from this. I would say it's a good bet because right now there's no more FOMO. It's all about fear right now, and this is the best time to get in. If you make money on this, you're going to make like 100x gain, and if let's say so happen you do get down, I mean you lose your money, the only money you're going to lose is the amount that you put in. But if you earn from this, it can be a very good and profitable trade. Anyway, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my personal opinion on Luna and what made me buy it at the bottom. Do not put all your money in if you're going to purchase Luna right now. Dollar cost average your way in, because at least you get the average price and you would not feel so emotionally attached to it after that. Do not put more than you can spend. Do not put more than you can gamble, because this is obviously a very volatile, obviously a very speculative investment as well. With that said, I hope you do your own due diligence in this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. Peace out.